Hit it.
Cheer. You guys are now listening to the Crime Pace podcast. I'm your illustrious host, Mr. Sanchez. I got my co-host with me, Young Glizzy.
Yeah.
What's going on, Glizzy? How you doing?
Chilling, living.
You doing good?
I'm doing all right, bro. I can't complain, bro.
Nah, nobody cares if you complain anyway.
I stand. That's a fact.
That's a fact. You're a man, dude. Nobody cares about you in this world.
That's a fact, dude.
The only people that care about you are your mom, your dad, and your uncle, dude.
That's the truth.
That's it.
That's the truth, dude.
It's just us out here.
Yeah,
bro.
my life's pretty good, though. I just stay inside, dude.
That's good, bro. That's where it's safe. I, on the other hand, am not. I am outside, and I'm getting into problems, dude. Problems.
Outside is filled with problems, bro.
Dude, I'm telling you, dude. Somebody hit my car. A drunk driver hit my car. My car was parked. Damaged my car. You know what I'm saying? Dude, I stopped dude from leaving. Cops come, arrest his dumb ass. You know what I'm saying? Luckily, he had insurance, so now I'm on a mission to fix that. You know what I mean? Now I'm
what was
around.
it? Which one was it? Which car was it?
My GMC.
Oh, man.
You know what I mean? Then I get pulled over leaving the gym. You know what I mean? If you guys are familiar with Miami, you got US 1. There's a busway, so it's 2 lights back to back. You know, there's a long line to make a right. I gun it. I go through the yellow. Cop says allegedly it was a red light, pulls me over. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. It's a traffic stop. It's not the end of the world. You know what I mean? Pulls me over. I'm trained that when you get pulled over, you lower all the windows in the car. Why? For officer safety, so he feels comfortable. This freaking guy thinks that I lowered my windows to hide my tints. You know what I mean? So now he's like on Superman mode. Now he's approaching my vehicle. He's scared. I'm not saying he's scared. I don't know if he was scared, but he was dealing with me like I might be a problem, and I'm not a problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you look like a problem.
Unfortunately, I got that written on my face.
Yeah.
Allegedly. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But, he was being very defensive. He kind of had an attitude. I wasn't giving him an attitude. I'm not trying to escalate. Nothing. I'm trying to just
live your life and go home.
If you're going to give me a ticket, give me a ticket. I'm not trying to talk my way out of it. I'm not trying to disagree with you. I saw a yellow light. You know what I'm saying? He said he saw a red light. Fine, bro. Give me the ticket. I'll let the lawyers deal with it. That's it. But no, he's snooping around. He's trying to catch me in lies. He's trying to get me to disagree with him. I'm not baiting him. I'm like, sir, you're in the right. I'm in the wrong. No problem. He's like, all right. He goes back to the car. I'm thinking everything is cool. I'm chilling, right? And then you see what you never want to see. The second officer pull up. You know when the second officer pulls up, you're going to jail, right? So now I'm second guessing myself. I'm like, why would a second cop come? You know what I mean? Like, am I in trouble here? I'm still looking around the car. You know what I mean? Like, is there something in here that I could possibly get in trouble for? There's nothing, you know what I'm saying? I don't do drugs. I'm not a criminal. So I'm like, cool. So now the other cop comes, and he is giving me a look like I am a 6-year-old fat kid, and he is a 12-year-old bully. You know what I mean? He's looking at me with, like, hard-ass eyes, and he's giving me an attitude, and I'm just like, yo, what is up with these people today, dude? I'm like, whatever. So then he's like, yo, lower the back window. My back window doesn't go down. The motor's messed up on it. You know what I'm saying? Now, my tints are darker in the back than they are in the front. Most vehicles come with the tints darker in the back than in the front from the factory. So I could see that he wants to put that little meter on my back window, not my front, because my front is legal, right?
Yeah.
So he wants to do that. So he's like, yo, lower the back window. I'm like, I can't. It's broken. He's like, it's broken, huh? I said, yeah, dude, it's broken. It is broken.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm
not sweating no damn tickets, bro. Give me all the tickets you want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't care. So he's like, all right, put this window up a little bit. Beam, he puts a little sensor on it. I'm at 14% tint. The legal limit is 12%. 2%, big deal. It's like freaking 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night.
Yo, no, you're a super criminal, dude.
You know what I mean?
That's what it is.
Well, whatever, dude. Yeah, that was it. They were kind of making me nervous. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I was cool, and then their energy was making me nervous.
Yo, now, you see, my experience with cops is completely different, and it is because of the way I look.
Yeah.
Like, the way I act, the way my job, my title, everything does not match my face, but it matches yours, dude.
Yeah, right? Damn. And I'm
like, when I get pulled over, I look like I'm a high school kid that works at Subway. They don't give me no problems, bro.
Yeah, they know, like, when you see these cop interactions, like, a part of me was going to be like, you know what, bro, I don't answer no questions. Let me get your supervisor. You know what I mean? But I just didn't want to complicate my life.
You tyrant?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want to complicate my life. I want to go home. I don't want no problems, bro. You know what I'm saying? Let's just get through this safely and cool, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, they were very aggressive, bro.
Yeah.
They were very aggressive. They were snooping in on my car. They were asking me the same question 3 different ways. You know what I'm saying? Like, trying to get me to, like, I don't know, say something I shouldn't say.
Damn, dude.
You know what I mean? But whatever. I ended up getting 2 tickets. Nasty work. You know what I mean? I came home, and my freaking dog chewed up my Beats by Dre earbuds. They're like $250.
You got a double whammy,
that shit was
dude.
in pieces. My heart was broken. I'm like, damn. You know what I mean? I can't catch a break today. You know what I'm saying?
No breaks.
Yeah, bro. I came home. I had to deal with that, and I was just like, bro, I'm going to take a salt bath. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to take a salt bath and just wash this bad juju away out of here. You know what I mean? But yeah, bro, that's what happened, bro. It was Father's Day, bro. You showed your dad some love?
I texted my dad Happy Father's Day.
Dude, you got a good dad.
Yeah, I have I'm doing a barbecue for him. The thing is I be working on Father's Day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I work too.
And I always I do a common thing that a lot of sons and daughters do, you know, where you like how do you say, like, you kind of throw the Father's Day shit to the side. You tell him Happy Father's Day, but I didn't want to do that this year. So, you know, we're surprising him with a barbecue.
That's what's up, man. You gotta match the energy with Mother's Day.
Yeah.
You know
I mean,
because remember, your dad is the only man alive that wants to see you do better than him.
The thing is, dude, all right, look, like,
You
I could
understand
see,
what
yeah,
I'm saying, right?
I comprehend, yeah.
And your uncle, I want to see you do better than me.
Yeah.
But that's a very rare thing to come across in life. Most men don't want to see you do good.
Yeah, that's true. But the thing is, like, you know, when as your dad, you know, you look at them as so masculine and superior. You know, you think, what could I do for him? Versus my mom, so fragile. Like, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, but you know, shout out to all the dads out there. You guys are
shout
great,
out to all
man.
the dads out there.
All the
Happy
real
Father's
dads
Day.
out there. You know, dads get a bad rap.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Especially in the Western society.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? But I miss my dad greatly. You know what I mean? I still feel, you know, even though he's passed away, I still feel like he's here. That's why I be thinking, like, I don't think people really die, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, me.
Because I have like a connection with, even with my friends, family, close people to me. Like, I'll wake up, right? And my phone will start ringing. I'll wake up with 0 missed calls. 10 minutes in being awake, my phone blows up.
Yeah.
Why? Because I feel like people that know me can feel that I'm awake. Does that make sense?
I mean, to an extent. I mean, I always be calling you while you're sleeping, though.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I had that connection with my dad, you know what I'm saying, where I would know, he would know if something was wrong with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I might get into something in the street, and my heart will be pounding and something crazy, and he'll call me. He's like, yo, are you all right? I'll be like, actually, I'm not all right. You know what I'm saying? And then boom, boom, boom. And then when I would wake up, he would call me. You know what I'm saying? And I still feel his energy.
You know, I met this kid. He's around my age recently, and dude, I'm not gonna say his name, but his life taught me a valuable lesson because he has no family. His mom passed away. His father passed away. He has no brothers, no sisters, no uncle, no auntie. He doesn't have his grandparents, and he's in this world alone. And he was telling me, and I was like, he's like, nah, but it's all right, bro. And then I thought to myself, like, how could I live like that, bro? Because I'll call you for advice.
Yeah.
I'll call my dad for advice. You know what I'm saying? I could always call my mom and be coddled if I feel like it.
Yeah.
You know, I got my stepmom. I got my aunts. I got my uncles. And, dude, I don't know. It would just feel like if I did not have my father around, I feel like I would be left alone. You get me?
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's a thing that I've learned to appreciate recently from other people's stories, such as, like, yours and that kid's.
Cool. All right, let's move on to some topics, bro. Shout out to all the fathers. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
All right, bro. R. Kelly wasn't BSing. Dude, they're really trying to get Cuz out of here, dude. They're trying to get him out the paint.
Dude,
my man allegedly overdoses in prison. You know what I'm saying? The story goes that he OD'd on anti-anxiety meds and sleep meds. Now, I'm no prison expert. You know, I've never done a day in prison. But they give you Xans and Ambien in prison?
Bro, if you got money, they do. You know, that's what I was thinking when I heard the story.
Yeah, like I know that they be boofing stuff, and you could get real
dude.
hard drugs in there. It's expensive, but you can get drugs in there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I didn't know you could get like prescribed drugs like that.
I don't think they're prescribed to him. They didn't say that.
Well,
you know, they said
that he got it from the staff.
Yeah, so I'm thinking, you know what? I'm thinking because it was kind of vague. I'm thinking like maybe he bought some pills from the correctional officers and he OD'd.
Yeah, no, then that would be a big scandal because that's contraband. But yeah, bro, I mean, he did OD, dude.
That's a fact.
But he's not dead. He's not dead. He's still alive. I thought it was a play like Tory Lanez, you know, like, yo, they're trying to kill me. I need to get out of here. And
yeah, no, they're really trying to kill Tory Lanez.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, but
I thought, you know, that's what his defense was. Like, oh, look what happened to Tory. Let me call my lawyer. Yo, these people are trying to kill me. Like, move me out of here. Get me out of here. That's what I originally thought. But it seems to be true, bro. I'm trying to get Cuz out. Now, I don't have too much sympathy for him because of his offenses against minors.
And he for sure did that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Caught in 4K, so I don't have too much sympathy for him. You know what I'm saying? I could be a fan of his music, but I'm not a fan of the person. You know what I mean? But
it's a fact.
That's what that is. All right, the Diddy trial update, you know what I mean? They're pushing for a mistrial. I don't think they're going to get it. Basically, they got a bunch of witnesses going back and forth on what they say one thing, say another thing. Boom. You know what I'm saying? 50 Cent baby mama got on there talking crazy. You know, 50's a troll, and he's not going to be able to dodge this bullet, dude. You know what I'm saying? The mother of his kids is out there doing wild things. Dude.
At the wild parties.
Yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying?
3-day wild
and
parties.
I love 50, you know what I'm saying? But, bro, you got to take this L, bro.
Yeah.
You got to take that L.
He's been silent about it, too.
Yeah, and she admits to other freak-offs with probably the biggest basketball names ever in our lifetime. We're talking about the big dogs. I'm not going to say their names because it's allegedly, and I don't want no smoke.
No, they for sure did it, though.
Yeah, I don't want to say it, but she says she did it with
a few.
The legends, bro.
Oh,
the legends. You know what I mean? So that's crazy. And then it makes me think, like, is this some kind of, like, cult?
I think it
is
is,
this some kind of weird sex cult in sports and entertainment? Like, what's going on, bro?
It's not new, dude. And we talked about it before, I think. Like, you know, someone taught Diddy this.
Yeah.
Diddy didn't just wake up and then said, I'm going to do this, and then started a whole thing.
It's
like
immature. It's like immature, dude. Come on, man. Like, you...
I mean, look.
Like, bro,
I would want to be invited. I wouldn't want to participate, but I would feel offended if I wasn't invited with Rihanna allegedly and all, Beyonce. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'll be like, yo.
Well, there's yo. You said those names, but those names are not linked to any of those freak offs.
Yeah. They're not linked at all. I'm just saying, like,
like what I want to say is, like, bro, if I got all the money in the world and I could do whatever I want and I'm living the life I want to live, like, an orgy is not something that calls my attention, dude. Running a train on a model is not something that I want to be a part of. A train?
I mean,
I like my shit like basketball, one-on-one.
I mean, dude, look. I don't know, dude. I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Bro, I don't think I'm going to do 3 days in drugs. You know what I mean?
Bro,
I don't think I'm going to have men there.
I'm getting to that, you know what I mean? Not saying like I'm a prude or whatever, but, you know, like, work, like, these workers and then running a train, like, train is something that, like, kids do when they never have those experiences, right? You get one girl that's down, and then she's gonna let me do it. She's gonna let my mans do it. Like, that's something immature.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to run a train.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, especially with my friends, that's just.
I mean, now look, if you tell me like
I don't like to drink out of your freaking soda.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I'm not kissing a girl, you're kissing.
That's a fact. But like, if you tell me all the supermodels in the finest models and all the finest singers and all the finest rappers want to come to my house and get crazy,
yeah,
I'm down. I'm just saying.
Nah, man, I understand, but listen, bro, you got to be serious about these kind of things. Like, look, you can't have these people in your house, bro.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you bringing people in your house, you're bringing energy in your house. I guard my house. It's very sacred to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not having a bunch of wild people in my house, number one. Number two, learn from lessons of Tupac, Kobe, this and that. If something goes down and you're in the vicinity, you are also in the target of being in trouble, right? You're at a party, the room's under your name. You know what happened to Tupac? His friend did something to a girl. And then he got hit with it. They were all guilty of it. Yeah. And he's the one with money. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to move smart. You know what I mean? But, yeah, man, it's like some kind of sick cult. And then I was thinking about it, right? If you look at it, at first I thought, okay, these are just swingers that are into this. This is a sex thing. But then it's really not. If you really get into it, you know what I'm saying? Like, think about it. Like, a drug-fueled 3-day freak off while you sit back and watch your girl with multiple gigolos just get obliterated. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know what it's like to be with your girl, right? Like, you lay down the law, you know what I'm saying? You're still young, you're strong. You have an hour session with your girl. What does she look like after that? She, her hair is messed up. Her face might be red. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Might be sweaty. Imagine 3 days on Molly, meth. Like, bro, to me, it looks like a humiliation ritual. You know what I'm saying? It looks like abuse.
It looks like abuse.
Right?
It does. Like what it is abuse.
It's a sick form of abuse. And he must get off on that. You know what I'm saying? Now, was she being abused? No, because she was a willing participant in it. You know what I'm saying? But what kind of psyche do you have that you see a beautiful woman and you're like, I want to see her in her worst. Yeah. I want to see her with multiple dudes, like, just doing all kinds of nasty things. I want to see her not sleep for 2 days. I want to see her uncomfortable.
Yeah, there's a sickness there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a sickness there.
Yeah, Diddy's definitely a sick puppy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And, and it goes back pretty deep, with other people that he had over his house when he was young, like JB. I'm not going to say his name, but you guys know who JB is, child star, allegedly. Usher. Oh, fuck, I said his name. Allegedly. You know what I'm saying?
Allegedly.
But, like, what are you doing? Like, the same way that you look at a beautiful woman and you want to see her messed up, you look at a kid that way?
I mean, dude, there's no saying of any kids there, which is good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Except on R. Kelly's case.
Yeah.
But, luckily that
for sure
has not come out about
Diddy
yet, because that's for sure he's done.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel you, but, like, what the hell was JB and the other guy living with him when they were younger? And he's got that kind of taste, and he's got those kind of parties going on.
Yo,
it raises red flags.
There is a lot of red flags there, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't think he's going to beat it, dude. As the time goes on, like, at first the defense was kind of doing a good job of saying, like, yo, this was like swinger shit. There was no trafficking and this and that. But, man, as more and more intel comes out about it, and he's definitely not beating that drug charge with that assistant that he sent to another state to pick up some drugs or whatever. The guy came back, got busted on the freaking runway by the feds. He's cooperating. Like, that charge is going to stick no matter what. Diddy's going down for that charge alone.
I mean, yeah. So he's going to get all right. So the drug trafficking, okay, yeah, and domestic abuse, but I don't think they're gonna.
But he's not actually charged with domestic abuse.
I think that's what they can charge him.
Yeah.
I think it's like in a domestic. Yeah. I think it's a domestic case, like we've said before on the Mr. Sanchez show.
Yeah, for sure. Check out that show on the same channel, but different show. It's just me solo with Glizzy in the back. You know what I'm saying? It's doing good. All right, let's move on to the thing that's dominating the news, and that is Israel bombs Iran, and two nuclear countries going at it for the first time that I could remember ever happening. I think the U.S. is probably in...
Well, elaborate on them both being nuclear.
All right, so everybody knows Israel has nuclear power. That's for sure. We don't know how much or whatever, but hundreds of them. And Iran has the power to make one. We don't have proof yet that they have one, but they've been enriching uranium and plutonium for years and years and years. They got okay to do that through, I believe, the Obama administration and sometime before that, so they could have power, right? Because these lights are powered with nuclear power. You know what I'm saying? Central air conditioning, that's nuclear power. You know what I mean? So a country wants to have nuclear power. The problem with Iran is that they've been doubling and tripling the amount that they need, and they have radical people in their country that want to do harm to the world, right? So that's why it's kind of a touchy situation. So these people have the power to make one. Have they already made it? Is it going to take them 2 weeks to make it? You know what I'm saying? They have all that shit underground. The air can't bomb it. You know what I mean? So it puts us in a bad spot, and it definitely puts Trump in a really bad spot. He's been getting criticized left and right, and that's fair. You know what I mean? We didn't vote for this. I didn't vote for this. I voted to.
We did vote for no wars.
Yeah, I mean that was big. I wanted the end of the Ukraine war. Nobody saw this war coming.
Yeah,
I thought they were going to be able to, he was going to be able to broker a deal with Palestine and Israel, at least to stop that. But now we got this new war on the cusp, and it's going to effectively mess us up big time. It's going to cost billions and billions of dollars. And if Iran gets crazy and says we're going to do this against a U.S. base or something, that's it. They ain't no getting out of it. They ain't no backtracking. You know what I mean? You got to go full force if they attack one of our bases. You know what I mean? And it's ugly, bro. You know what I'm saying? I prayed about it last night and the night before. You know what I mean? Nobody wants nuclear war, bro.
Yo, listen, we don't want nuclear war right now. Are you saying you don't want us to get involved in a war with Iran?
That's a good one, right?
Like, you know what I'm saying?
I think that Israel overstepped, like, what Trump was trying to do, right? Trump was trying to make a deal with them.
Yeah.
Use diplomacy, right? Not use action. And Israel took it upon themselves to assassinate the damn Iran generals and all that against Trump's word. You know what I mean? So for that, there's got to be consequences to that. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying, like, yo, you guys handle that. Like, that's between you guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay, I could see it, but yeah. You know what? You've changed my mind.
You know what I mean?
You've changed my mind. Because at first I did want us to get involved. Because I don't like that, there's hostile groups over there, the radicals that are screaming death to America. And then allegedly, they're on the brink of making a nuclear weapon. Yeah. I don't want that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, I mean, I could see your point of view now.
Yeah, because once it crosses that line, ain't no going back.
Yeah, there's no going back. And it's going to cost bread, and you know what I'm saying? And I'm going to get drafted.
And we let 20 million people that we don't know who they are into our country.
That's a fact.
Who are these people? You know what I'm saying? Do they have a plan? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, it could get scary.
It's crazy. But, yeah, I mean, Tucker Carlson came out. He spoke against Trump, said, that he's basically supporting the war, and it's going to be the end of his presidency, like the legacy of his presidency. You know what I mean? Because you can't really do the things that you want to do if you got to funnel billions of dollars into a war, right? That's not going to help our country. That's not going to lower gas prices. That's not going to bring manufacturing back to the U.S. All it's going to do is effectively mess everything up. You know what I mean? So, I mean, yeah. That's what it is, man. But did you see the missiles going off on X?
I did, dude.
Scary.
It is scary, dude.
Scary
I could not imagine that being outside my window. I wouldn't even be able to hold a camera and record it, dude. I would be so freaked out. And I'm seeing these citizens, they're holding their phones and recording as bombs are hitting their little city,
and
dude.
Ballistic missiles coming down at the speed of lightning, and that Iron Dome was failing, dude.
Dude, it hit a couple. We watched the video.
Yeah, but I think they ran out.
Yeah,
basically what the Iron Dome is, a missile comes in, the Iron Dome shoots another missile, intercepts that missile. But if it's just raining down hundreds and hundreds of missiles, they need hundreds and hundreds of missiles to intercept them. These things are coming down at the speed of light, dude.
Bro, that Iron Dome really ain't working, dude.
Yeah. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. And Iran has been tweeting like they're King Von in the early 2000s, dude. In the early 2010s, dude. Have you been seeing their tweets?
Nah.
Yo, it's been sick, dude. Check it out. But yeah, man, it's
that's scary.
It is a scary time.
That's
dude.
scary. That was a bad judgment call then on Israel. You know what I'm saying? They should have gotten more intel or something. Because
like, who's the head honcho here, dude? Is it the U.S. or is it Israel?
Dude, Israel hasn't been listening to the U.S.
Yeah, you know what
dude,
I mean?
you know what I'm saying? Like, and they're supposed to be our really close ally.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, man, I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's scary.
It is.
Yeah,
it is. If you're Trump, you're in between a rock and a hard place.
Dude, yo, he has gotten fucking like, yo, he's really gotten some bad cards this presidency, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even with Ukraine and Russia, he tried to stop it, and then Russia bombs them. And after they made the no fire shit, like, dude, he's going through it, you know. And it sucks that I gotta see him go through this because I know he has to deal with all that, and he's trying to give us all the promises.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, it's impossible. He's being dealt. It's almost like sabotage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what it is. You saw the No Kings protest?
Yeah.
That was crazy.
That was dumb.
It was stupid, but yeah.
Yeah, it was dumb.
It was corny.
Yeah.
The same people that be screaming No King protest are the same people that told us to put our mask on, that locked us down, that say that we're getting fired if we don't get vaxxed, that we can't go outside, that they don't accept our exemptions, that we need 12,000 boosters, that they're shutting down our businesses, that we can't worship the real king, and you can't say Christ is king. These are the people that say that they don't want a king in the world, dude.
Yeah, and you
that
know
your family members got to die alone, that you're opening up a hotline so you can tattle on your neighbor, mandates all over the place, dude, that you have to stand 6 feet apart from people, no family gatherings over 10. These are the people that are saying that they don't want a king.
Yeah, bro, and Trump is not a king. All right, Trump's response to this was amazing. I saw the press ask him about it. What do you think about the No Kings riot? And he goes, if I was a king, I wouldn't have to go through all these Congress and all these people to get bills passed. It would be much quicker.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
And kings don't get elected, dude.
And everyone voted for Trump, dude. And no, dude, they're paying these people to protest, bro. $200 per day.
Yeah.
That's what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
What's that guy's name?
Who?
The guy. Never mind. Never mind. I don't know his name. Dude. I'm not going to take all the time.
Dude, yeah, dude, we're out of time, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We appreciate you guys watching. Shout out to everybody, all the new subscribers. Hit the like, comment, subscribe. We appreciate y'all. Peace.
Peace. Bow.